How much of an airhead are you there? After all this work trying to get you to notice that your husband has been cheating on you, yet you still are not noticing a bit of it. Are you a failure of a woman or something?
Who is it that I'm speaking to right now? I believe that you have the wrong person right now.
I do have the right person, though. I have been going out with your husband for the past year now. And today, I wanted to talk with you, his wife, about it, and tell you what's been going on.
You're telling me that for a year now you've been with my husband?
If that's your response, then you really had no clue about it, did you? Hadn't you noticed a year ago that your husband was having to work a lot more? And more recently, he's been having to take a lot of business trips and such, right? Well, all of that was a lie. He was lying to you about that, calling it all work when he was really coming over to my house.
Excuse me?
This is it. This right here. This is the kind of reaction that I was wanting to get out of you.
Can you tell me what the hell your plan is here, though? For a woman who says she's been with my husband this whole time, to come out and say all of that with such confidence.
Well, this is the most entertaining way for me to get the news across to you. And seeing how long it would take for you to figure things out, or rather not figure things out, at all about us was also a thrill. Yet for some reason, you really didn't notice a single thing about what your husband and I had been doing, which got really boring really quickly. Having to love a man when the thrills started to really die out wasn't fun for me at all, you know? And that's why this time I decided it was time to tell you.
Huh?
I had been purposefully dropping an earring or two in his car, as well as things like some cosmetics of mine. And I made sure that he didn't do anything to try and hide all those things from you, yet you still weren't catching on. I wanted to date your husband having the knowledge that his wife knew about it the whole time.
I see. You have the type of character that I don't seem to understand one bit.
So, how are you feeling now after that news flash, huh? You must be pretty sad to hear that the husband you love so much was cheating on you, right? Or are you heartbroken right now being a woman whose husband wanted to cheat on her? Could you be as pale as a ghost right now because of the panic I've induced?
About how I'm feeling. All I can say is I'm tired of having to listen to someone like you right now.
Huh?
I feel sorry for the man who thought it was a good idea to date such a childish woman as yourself. If he was going to cheat, at least do it with a smarter and more mature woman than you. If you really enjoy things that give you a thrill, maybe do something more invigorating like a bungee jump or skydiving. I think those things will bring you a lot more excitement without having to pay as much for them.
Huh?
And by the way, having to lay your hands on another woman's man to feel a thrill is a bit sad. Aren't you a bit exhausted after all that time you spent having to be with another woman's man? It's like you have some kind of sickness if that's the kind of route you were willing to take for joy. I'd hurry up and see a doctor about that mental problem you have. Actually, one of my close friends happens to be a therapist. If you'd like me to, I can introduce you to her and see what she can do to help.
Well, what the hell is all this? What's wrong with you? You were just told about how your husband has been cheating on you with me this whole time. There's no way you should be trying to console me over all of this now. How can you be so calm at a time like this anyway? And what makes you think you can make fun of my mental health like that?
I was never making fun of your mental health. I just happen to be a bit worried about the kind of person you are. I really do believe that you should be taking that issue you have seriously and see someone about it immediately.
I am not going to be treated like some sick person. What the actual hell is this? This isn't the kind of reaction I thought I'd be getting from you at all. I wanted to see you crying over this or getting all worked up over what I had to tell you. But now I'm the one feeling all worked up and disgusted by the kind of person you are.
Oh, is that so? Well, I'm sorry about that. But I'm not really into hobbies like cheating on other people and making others upset. You came out trying to have another thrilling time, but ended up feeling sick now.
Shut the hell up, you loser. I'm sure you're just trying to act tough right now is all, which is pretty sad of you considering you just heard that your husband was cheating on you for a year now. I am not going to let you have a fun time with me now that you're supposed to be the loser here. I'm going to make you pay for this one now, you asshole.
Long time since we last talked, Brooklyn. I have something I've been wanting to ask you, actually. Do you have a moment to talk with me right now?
Oh, hey, Clifford. Been a while, hasn't it? I think the last time we actually were talking to one another was last year, right?
It's been a long time, it seems, right? But I guess that was just a little over a year ago now, back when we had the memorial for my brother. I can't believe it's been 3 years since he passed away now.
Right. Time has really flown by on us, hasn't it? So anyway, what was it you wanted to talk about?
Actually, I was wondering if there's any money left over from my brother still. I think there is, and I wanted to know if you'd be all right with giving us half of that money.
What?
It's been 3 years now since he passed away, right? But you have still not gone out and found a job for yourself. That has to mean he left behind enough money to support you for 3 years, and that there must be a bunch more remaining, right? Considering he was my older brother, I'm sure he put in a lot of money making sure he had the best life insurance on himself, right?
Why exactly do you want half of the money he left behind for me? Are you in a bit of financial trouble or something?
That's right. Right now I'm in a very serious pickle when it comes to money. There are 3 kids now in my family, right? As they continue to grow older and older, they require for me to have more money. And that's led to our family finances being pretty rough. Considering the current recession we're going through, both my wife's and my income has gone down as well.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Which is why I kinda wanted to ask if you could help us out a little. Before my brother went and passed away in that car accident, he was always spoiling my kids. If you were to give us some of that money for his cute little nieces and nephews, I'm sure he'd be okay with it. If anything, he probably wants you using some of that money on them.
I'm sure. I mean, him and I never got around to having any kids of our own either. Because of that, he was always spoiling your 3 kids.
So, from now on, how about you send us $3,000 a month? I would hate to have you give us half of whatever you have left from him in one go, so if you could start sending us little by little every month, that would be great.
Hold on a second. You need $3,000 a month from me?
I'm sure you don't know about this, but kids take up a lot of the family finances. You're not struggling at all right now and have all that money from my brother, so why not, right?
I understand that I have some money left from him, but it's not as much as you think. I'm sorry, but I don't think I'm going to be able to help you out much.
What did you say?
The money he left me after that accident was something very important to me, and so I've planned to use it sparingly over the next decade or so. Another thing about me is I'm actually working from home right now, so I was never living without a job playing with his money all the time like you might have thought.
Are you kidding me? I was sure you still had around $500,000 or so from him. But you know what? If you're working right now, then you don't need his money at all, right? You should actually be giving me all of it, please.
What?
You should be more than capable of handling yourself with your own income, right? That means you have no reason to hang on to all of his money anymore. Don't you think you should be giving it to those in need?
Not at all. Why would you ever say something like that about what he's left me?
Am I really being that mean? Actually, I'm saying this partially for your sake as well.
What does that mean?
Well, as long as you hang on to his money, you're never gonna forget about him, right? You're still young, Brooklyn, so you need to move on and find yourself a new man. So in order to get you to do that, we can take that money from my brother off of you and use it up.
Stop saying things like that. I don't plan to ever get remarried, Clifford. I want to hang on to his memory he left for me and think about him for the rest of my life. I'm sorry, but you need to stop asking for it now.
What?
If you really need some help with your financial situation, I have a good friend that could give you some assistance there. Would you like me to get you guys in touch so that you can talk about how to fix the slump you're in?
I don't need to go through something as irritating as that. What the hell? I came here asking all politely and everything. You can't just keep all of his money to yourself like that.
How's it going? I'm sure that picture I sent to you just there has shocked your socks off, right?
I can't believe you'd send someone a picture of you on top of someone's husband having sex like this. This is the kind of picture that someone could use to get a very heavy settlement from you, all right? I can't believe you'd really do that to yourself.
If I knew it would be enough to allow you to get a settlement from me, I wouldn't have taken your husband in the first place. I just want to see what your face looks like as you're freaking out is all.
There's no reason for you to be wanting to see something like that from me, though.
You're really annoying when you try and act all level-headed like that, you know. That's why I said before that I was going to make you suffer one way or another. I bet that this time I've gotten on your nerve for sure, right? Seeing that husband that you've loved for so long letting me take him for a spin. I bet you're never going to be able to see him the same way again, right?
I'm not sure what you mean.
Huh?
Actually, I've been taking a really good look at this picture of you two. I never thought I'd see a man look so displeased with having a woman doing cowgirl on him. And for some reason, you're also looking like you're not enjoying it.
Huh? Stop trying to act like a tough guy here. Just suck it up and tell me right now how much it hurts to see your husband doing another woman. Start crying your eyes out right now and tell me how much it kills to see a picture of us two together.
I'm not acting like a tough guy, though. If anything, I'm feeling even more fed up with you as a person. It really makes me worry for mankind when there are people like you who don't care about the risk anymore and only want to see others hurt.
Excuse me?
Are you aware that if I held that picture as evidence and where to get a settlement from you, it could be for as much as $100,000? Did you really prepare for something like a settlement, all just to watch me cry a little? Actually, are seeing my tears and hearing me cry worth $100,000 to you? If that's how much my tears go for, I'm happy to hear that. I will try my best to start shedding some tears here, so let's start with $5,000 a tear, all right?
How dare you try and use this as a way to make money? Do you really call yourself his wife by doing that? What makes you think you can just sit there and take all of this when the woman your husband has been cheating on you with is actively making fun of you? I want you to start crying and begging me to stop right now.
You see, the thing is, my husband has been dead for 3 years now.
What?
So you can ask me to cry all you want, but I'm not going to be crying because I'm hurt. I'll be crying to make some of that sweat money you're going to give. And by the way, the man in that picture isn't my husband, so I'm really not sure what I should be getting upset about here.
Oh, what? Are you not Clifford's wife? But when he looked at his phone, he had you there, and behind your name in parentheses was the word wife.
So that's how Clifford has my name put down on his phone. Well, I happen to be his sister-in-law. In other words, I'm his older brother's wife.
What?
So, just to be sure, I'll say this one more time. I'm not his wife. You have had the wrong person this whole time, like I'd said at the start.
What?
But now, you have me thinking about how he's been cheating on his wife this whole time. I never thought the day would come where I'm seeing my brother-in-law completely naked having sex with a stranger. Now it's going to be a lot harder for me to look at him as family. I don't think the image of his small penis is ever going to be leaving my head.
You're joking. Why did I make this mistake? I assumed that you were his wife this whole time.
Hey, don't worry, all right? I promise to go ahead and tell his wife next for you.
What?
I wouldn't want you to have to go through that whole performance you've done with me again. So I'll let her know that you've been with her husband and show her this very interesting picture as well. I'll make sure to tell her who you are as well. And I'll introduce her to a really good lawyer that I know as well for you.
Huh? Wait a second, please. Why would you be showing her to a lawyer, you know? Don't do anything unnecessary right now.
Did you know that Clifford's wife is a really close friend of mine? When my husband passed away, she was the one who stood closest to me, making sure everything was fine in my life. And that is why I'm not going to let you off the hook here. If you're going to go through all of that in order to make Clifford's wife feel bad, then at least be prepared for all the outcomes as well.
No way.
And now that you've got me involved in all of this due to your own mistakes, you're going to have to pay for that. Anywho, thank you for all this wonderful evidence.
Why did you tell my wife about me cheating on her? You could have just let that all go. How dare you do something so needless to me?
You were the one doing something so needless though, right? And you have a wonderful wife with you who went and gave you 3 beautiful children. Yet you still went and cheated on her and your family.
Shut the hell up already. I was just cheating on her to have some fun. I never did it in order to ruin the family I had back at home.
But then, why was your girlfriend trying so very hard to destroy the family you say you love for you? I get that she mistook me for your wife, but she came at me wanting to create chaos.
I didn't think she was going to be such a pain in the ass for me down the road. God damn it. Why did things have to come to this? My wife is wanting to divorce me now, and she's going to take all 3 of my kids away.
That's what happens when you play stupid games. And it was you making her have to take care of all 3 of them by herself anyway, since you wanted to spend more time with your girlfriend.
Please help me out here. If you let your brother-in-law and his wife get a divorce, I'm sure that my brother up in heaven would be devastated, right? Can you please go and set my wife straight for me?
I'm sorry, but I already told her to get the divorce as quickly as possible.
Are you freaking kidding me? It's all because you went and opened your mouth to my wife that this is happening. Your 3 nephews that your husband spoiled are all going to lose their father now. Do you think it's okay to let that happen? If you're really my brother's wife, then you help me. You freaking help me. You help your husband's cherished little brother get out of this mess.
No. My husband cherished you so much, and that is why I won't allow his name to be associated with what you've become any longer. I'm sure if he was still around now, he would be in tears, learning about how his little brother became this thoughtless, cheating heathen. So I'm going to do what he would do, and make sure you take absolute responsibility for what you've done. I don't want you to become someone who will put shame on my husband's name.
No way!
Make sure you pay that settlement and child support to your wife, all right? That's all you're able to do now.
Shut your goddamn mouth, bitch! I'm being asked to pay a settlement of close to $50,000 right now, and then I'll have to pay child support for 3 kids? That's around $1,000 each every month! If this has to happen to me, then you're gonna pay for it all with the money my brother left behind!
You sure?
This all happened because you opened your damn mouth, right? That means this is all your fault!
Not true at all. The one who's to blame for that is your retarded girlfriend who couldn't keep her mouth shut about your relationship. And if you want to know who was to blame for all of this in the first place, that would be you. The one who went and cheated on his wife and 3 kids. So screw off with that attitude towards me right now. I'm done here. If you even dare come back to me with more of your crap, I'm going to make you pay me a settlement as well.
This couldn't get any worse for me. Clifford doesn't even have a penny to his name right now. I was fooled by that asshole. I thought that Clifford would be a lot better than this. He was always taking me to those really expensive restaurants and dates and everything. And whenever it was a special event, he'd gift me with such fancy presents. He told me himself that he had enough money to take care of me with. But now he's telling me he has nothing in his savings and that I need to pay for a settlement to his wife as well. He's trying to make me pay for everything.
Really? He's not even able to pay that settlement?
He told me that all of his money is having to go to his wife in the divorce, thanks to his 3 kids he never told me about either, which means he doesn't have any money to pay the settlement now. Which doesn't even make sense when I told him I had all this debt, which he said he'd be able to pay off for me.
You're in debt? Then that would mean he wanted that money I received from his brother to help you pay that all off.
Wait, what?
A little while back, he came to me begging me for the money my deceased husband left me with. He told me that his finances back home were not great and asked me to support him. But then I went and spoke with his wife about it. She said they were totally fine financially and that he was just trying to scam me. They are both working anyway, and his wife is pulling in over $100,000 a year.
What? His wife is making that kind of money each year.
Which is why she said they didn't need the help. I'm sure now that Clifford just wanted it to help with your debt and pay for more dates. And based on the current recession, his income has taken a bit of a hit, but not his wife's income.
No freaking way. His income is in trouble now too?
Yeah, that's what his wife told me. She gave him some advice to change jobs and such, but he just kept fighting her over it, thinking that she had no place to talk down to him about his job. Even though she wasn't. Which is really sad to think about now because during that time, he probably was always yelling back at her because he was cheating.
No way! I really thought that he was working for this super large company making a lot of money there. He always told me he was making a lot every month and that he had hundreds of thousands in his savings. That's why I was serious about stealing him from his wife and didn't mind things like a settlement and such.
Well, to him, he was just into you for the fun of it.
No, I can't believe the man that told me he had so much money and loved me was lying. And to think he wanted to use his dead brother's money to cheat. He really is a pile of crap. Even someone like myself is shocked to hear that now.
But hey, can you make sure not to throw him away now? To me, I think you both are meant for one another, belonging to the same dump and all. You would make for a great couple.
Huh?
So now that you've had this little chat, good luck with your boyfriend. Please make sure to support one another and to both take responsibility for all the trouble you've both caused. Now that will be all from me. Goodbye. In the end, both Clifford and Angela were asked to pay off their settlements in one lump payment, which they did. Thanks to the help of Angela's parents who lended her the money, they no longer had to worry about the settlements themselves. But her parents told Clifford that in return he was to marry their daughter, and both of their horrible selves would have to work together to pay them back. And just like that, they were both forced to get married to one another by her parents the very next day. And as of right now, they are both working on paying all of that money they borrowed back to Angela's parents, while giving the rest to Clifford's ex-wife for their children. As for his ex-wife, she happened to always be really close with his parents, and so after the divorce, she would move in with them, bringing along her 3 kids. Both of the in-laws have been doing what they can to help out with her and their 3 grandkids, while also letting her continue to work. And as for myself, living close to them, I'm always able to head to their house anytime to meet with those 3 nephews of mine, who really do remind me of my husband. As a widowed woman, I really am thankful for all the support my late husband's parents and my sister-in-law have given me. Congratulations on your marriage, Liz. Thank you for taking me out to that wonderful restaurant to allow me to celebrate it with you guys. Did you have a good time as well?
Huh? What made you think that place was wonderful to you? If you were wanting to go to a place like that, we should have been better off just going to a fast food joint.
I see. Did the food there not really meet your standards or something? I heard from Fred that you really like your French cuisine and the sort.
That's true. I do love me some French cooking. Every weekend I'm going out to eat at all different kinds of French restaurants in town. And that's why I was able to tell that today's place was so low in terms of quality. I'm a bit disappointed by that, actually. You really did a great job taking me to such an awful place to celebrate my marriage with your son.
What?
Not only does it have 0 Michelin stars, but it's also got so few reviews about it online. You wanted to celebrate your son's marriage, right? You wanted to treat us to some very tasty foods, right? Well then, maybe you should have been taking us to a better restaurant than that one.
So you really weren't into that restaurant at all? I made sure to splurge on that place for the both of you. That was the kind of place where the prices were all close to 3 digits for each course.
Huh? Food on that level was all that expensive? Not only was the flavor weak, but all the ingredients felt cheap. Saying that every dish and course was close to 3 digits in price for that? Tell me, August, what kind of food are you normally eating every day?
What?
Taking your daughter-in-law out to a place like that to celebrate means you have no sense at all, I'm afraid. I was so looking forward to where we'd be going today. I heard from both Fred and you that you had such a fantastic place reserved for all of us to go eat at. And in order to be ready for such fine dining, I made sure to go out and buy new clothing for the event. Well, now that it's all gone to waste, I'm a bit pissed off.
Hey now.
From here on out, don't ever invite me to any of your cheap dinners again, alright? I hate going out to eat with senseless people like you. Your son happens to be a very stellar director in his office, so it's a bit shocking to find out that his mother has really been this low level of a person this whole time.
Calling me low level as a person is a bit mean, Liz. I was just wanting to celebrate your guys' marriage was all today. And that's why I was really looking forward to this restaurant I'd reserve. I'm sorry that the food wasn't your taste, but you don't have to start picking on me because of that.
Shut up, you stupid old hag. If you wanted to make me happy, then you should have taken me somewhere that was actually good.
Did you just call me a stupid old hag?
But someone like you can never take me somewhere good, right? After all, the only places I ever go out to eat are those with Michelin stars, or those that have very famous chefs working in them. There's no way someone like you knows about a restaurant like that, which I'd actually be able to enjoy. Well, thank you so much for the absolutely disgusting food you took me out to eat today. Don't ever invite me out to eat with you again, please.
I'm so sorry, Fred. It seems that the place I reserved for us to eat at today wasn't good enough for Liz. I didn't do enough research, it seems.
What are you talking about, Mom? I loved that restaurant you took us to. It was so much fun being able to eat in a restaurant as fancy as that one for once.
My, so you happen to love it there, right?
Not just love it, though. That place has a chef working in it who has never been on any form of media before because he's just that famous, right? He's worked at, I believe, 5 different Michelin star restaurants before and is considered one of the best chefs of all time. I heard that he'd gone and retired last year, but to see him working there today...
I heard that after he had retired, he went and opened one last restaurant. That one, in secret. I'm glad that you're so happy about that.
Thank you so much for taking us to such an amazing place, Mom. I'm never gonna forget about what you did for us today.
If that's how happy you were with my choice today, then I'm going to remember this forever, just like you. But it's too bad that that place's food wasn't enough for someone like Liz. If I could, I'd love to get a second chance to take her somewhere better. But she told me to never invite her out to eat ever again.
You don't have to worry about Liz. She knows nothing about actual good cooking and never will.
What?
She doesn't actually care about the food. She just cares about the atmosphere, and that's all. If the place isn't good enough for her Instagram photos, then she'll call the food disgusting and whatnot. I bet if I told her about who the chef was of our meal today, she'd do a 180 and start to praise the place.
But she told me that she's always going out to Michelin-star restaurants, right? Perhaps that has led her tongue astray?
That's what I thought as well, but it seems that I was mistaken. I mean, right now even, she's in the living room eating McGuire's.
What? After a course meal, she's eating fast food?
I can't believe it either, actually. It's not that I'm hating on McGuire's or anything, but this just can't be. For someone who's always judging all these fancy, stellar restaurants all the time, she really doesn't know a thing about taste. I'm disappointed in her, to say the least. Now I'm wondering what the hell the point is of spending close to $5,000 a month on food.
She's spending $5,000 a month on going out to eat alone? I understand that you have a very good job right now and everything, Fred, but she can't be spending that kind of money going out to eat all the time.
Well, it's not just her, but myself as well. I really enjoy using some of the money I work my butt off for, and using it for great meals is one way. And one of the reasons I married Liz in the first place is because I thought it was cool how much she loved going out to eat at all these high dining restaurants. But to think there was another side to all of it. In the end, she was never going out to those places because she had good taste or anything, but just to waste money for a good picture to post on Instagram.
Hey now, don't think about it too much, alright? Perhaps today's course really didn't meet her expectations, and that's why she needed the fast food. Everyone has specific tastes, right?
I understand that, Mom.
Either way, today was supposed to be about celebrating the two of you and your marriage. But now I'm feeling really bad for letting your wife down. So, as a way of saying I'm sorry, should I prepare her a gift or something?
A gift?
How about a room in a high-rise apartment building? You told me before that you both have been looking for a place to move into, right? I am willing to give you both this condo I've been living in as a present.
You're giving us your place? Hold it right there, Mom. Why would you ever offer something like that? You think I'm going to allow you to give us something so expensive? When did you go out and buy yourself a condo like that?
I didn't buy it. Rather, your dad left it for me after he passed away.
What? Did Dad have something like that in his will?
You went and told me to take everything in the will without reading it. So of course you never knew about this. Well, it just so happens that your dad held a condo in this building the whole time I'd been with him. And not just that, but he also had stocks in a lot of major trades.
Seriously? This is the first time I'm hearing about him having so much. For someone who was so stingy about spending money, when did he ever go out to get a place like that and buy stocks?
Seems your dad was stingy because he knew what he was doing with his money. But because he was such a serious man, he also made sure to never overspend, especially on himself. From what his lawyer has said to me, he bought this condo wanting to someday move into with me, but he never had the time to do that before his passing.
That kind of sounds like Dad. And when it comes to you, you're still living a very simple life, aren't you? Because of that, I just assumed he didn't really leave much behind for you.
Well, you had that wrong, because he left me with so much that I'm not sure what all to do with it. And that is why right now, I'm trying to figure out what all is remaining that he left me with.
And why would you want us to have that condo now?
I was coming around to wanting to sell the place anyway, you see. So if I can, I'd rather just give it to you both as a present than trying to sell it in this market. It's very open in design, and the interior is very elegant considering it's close to 30 years old now. If you're fine with the offer, would you take it as a gift from me?
If you were just gonna get rid of it anyway, I suppose I'll have to. We have been struggling to find a place to move into anyway, so this really helps both Liz and I.
Then I'm going to get to work handing this place over to you guys.
Thank you so much, Mom. But considering you'll be giving us a condo as a present, you don't have to give us anything when it comes time for the wedding, all right?
Are you sure? Because I still plan on giving you both some money as well at the wedding, regardless if you took the condo or not.
I'm really happy to hear that, but as your son, I cannot allow you to give us anything else. As a man, having to receive all these things from my mom makes me feel a bit childish. I already appreciate everything you've done for me and do not require anything more.
If that's how you really feel, then I'll refrain from giving any more. I'll see you soon then, Fred. When I finish up with most of the paperwork, I'll give you a call.
This can't be happening. As the mother of the groom, all you're going to be giving us is $1,000? How dare you give us such an embarrassingly low amount of money?
What?
The wedding just ended, and I made a dash for all the gifts to see what you'd given us. And finding that you'd only put a check for $1,000 in there is beyond okay. As the mother of the groom, you should have handed us at least $10,000.
I'm sorry, but that amount was decided on by your husband.
Yeah, I heard about all that already. You originally didn't want to give us any money at all.
What?
But after being talked into place by him, you got some money together for us, right? However, a mere $1,000?
I can see that there is a very large misunderstanding here. The gift for your wedding was more than just $1,000, but Fred told me to not even hand you guys a penny for the wedding today. I was never going to do that to both, though. So at the end of our conversation, he agreed to me giving you guys $1,000. Did you not hear from him about how I already given you that condo as part of your wedding gift?
Huh? The condo is a gift from you. I heard zip about that. Now you stop trying to lie to me about your gift right now.
What?
Why would we have taken a condo from you, of all people? He was the one that brought the place for us, and soon we'll be moving into that condo to start our new life together as a married couple.
He bought his own condo for you both, even though I'd already given you guys one?
You really think I'm going to believe that you gave us a condo? For someone who doesn't even have the sense to pick out a good restaurant for us to celebrate at, there's no way. You're nothing but a poor old hag.
Poor old hag?
An idiotic, tasteless, and senseless old hag who has never gone to a decent restaurant before. I was never really expecting much from you to begin with, honestly, but I didn't think you were so poor that you couldn't even afford to give us $10,000 today. And now you're showing me your true colors by trying to lie your way out of this mess. What an absolute lowlife bitch you are. I'm going to cut ties to someone like you.
Excuse me?
Don't make such a sad lie about giving us a condo as a gift like the one you just made. Today, I'm cutting a moneyless hag like you out of my life.
Are you really sure that's a good idea?
Get the hell out of my life, you stingy old hag. I don't care about someone who has no sense for anything and no money.
And I don't care for a violent and shallow wife. We only just finished our wedding today, but it's already time for the divorce now, I can see.
Huh?
I'll go and gather the divorce papers tomorrow, and I don't want to see your face anymore today, so I'm gonna stay with my mom tonight at her place. We can get together tomorrow to talk about the divorce.
Wait a second. Wait, is this you, Fred?
Yeah? Your husband, who you had only just had a wedding with not too long ago today? I was told by my mom that after the wedding we had some important things to talk about, so I went to her place. Then as we were just about to start talking, you began to text her about all of this in front of my very own eyes. You really went and did it this time, calling my mom a stingy and poor old hag, as well as a bitch and such, and an idiotic hag. What the hell happened to you before that allows you to say such things to your own husband's mother?
I had no option, all right? Your mom went and gave us a mere $1,000 for our wedding today. Most parents give at least $10,000 to the married couple. But to see she had only given us 1,000, and then she started to tell me all this bullcrap about how she had given us a condo as a gift.
My mom never lies, though, which means that she really did set you and I up with a condo for our wedding gift.
What?
But you know what? Screw it, I'm giving it back to her now. That's why I'm here at her place now, ready to do just that. I thought it was time to give her something back that you obviously don't want.
Oh, wait a minute. What do you mean we were given a condo? Did your mom really give us a condo for the wedding?
She sure did. Seems that my now deceased dad had a lot of money and such before he'd passed away. And this condo was given to my mom after he was gone, and she said she'd be giving it to us now.
What?
That's why I told her we wouldn't need any money or anything at the wedding. She was already giving us such a beautiful and expensive place, and I couldn't let her give us anything else. I would feel like a terrible son taking anything else from her, to be honest with you. But of course, my mom, being the angel that she is, still wanted to bring us a little something. And that's why she gave us a check for $1,000.
What the hell? I never heard anything about that before. To think that she'd even have a condo to give us in the first place is crazy. To think she would even be living in one this whole time is even more crazy to me.
I explained all of this to you before, though, but you just sat there acting like a dumbass, letting all of what I had said go in one ear and out the other.
What?
When my mom had given me the key to the place, I went and took you there with me. You and I went there 1 month ago to the place right next to the subway station, right?
What? That wasn't just us taking a look at the place you were interested in? I thought you wanted to have a look at it to see you wanted to buy that place or not. I thought you were there looking at it because you wanted to get us a place to live in after the wedding.
That's what it seemed like. You were acting like all of that was just a viewing and nothing more. I told you all about how I was being given the place by my mom, yet you sat there the day we went and took a look acting like it was nothing more than a viewing. And the worst thing about all of that was how you went around the place we were being given as a gift and complained about every little thing. Things like it being pretty open, but all of the trim and doors being made of cheap woods, and about how you wanted a brand new place right in front of the station, or else you wouldn't take it. I don't understand how you could be saying that when the place my mom was giving us is worth more than any of the other buildings in the area. Sure, the place isn't brand new, but it's very well furnished and is the kind of condo where the price of it will never fall below $600,000 now. I tried so hard during the time we went to visit the place just how immaculate and beautiful the place was, yet every time I made a comment, you'd shoot it down with a negative one. You said only a brand new tower would look good on Instagram, and that was your BS reason for why, as we walked out of there, you said you wouldn't let me buy the place.
I was...
Hearing you always talk about how things need to look good on Instagram has driven me up the wall. I'm fed up with your shallow character, honestly. I don't want some kind of a basic woman like you to live in a place with as much character as my mom's condo. And that's why I'm giving it back to her, and have bought you a brand new condo right next to that station.
What?
I feel so sorry for my mom, but she can have her place back now. I never wanted to tell my mom before about how you didn't want her apartment and was going to do it today because the wedding was over with. But when coming over to have that talk with her and hand the place back, you started to text her. What the actual hell is all of this, Liz? Do you have any idea just how rude you've been to my goddamn mom today? I really am done with your crap now. I cannot be married to someone as out of line as you are. I'm asking you, please let us get this divorce.
You're lying, right? We only just had the wedding today, yet now you want a divorce? Fred, could you please calm down before saying things like that?
I'm actually pretty calm right now. I just don't love you anymore. Not an ounce of love is left in my heart for someone like you.
What?
I really enjoyed spending my hard-earned money on things that I liked, like good food and some other hobbies. And seeing as you also enjoyed going out to eat fine courses and such, I thought you and I would have the same ethics when it came to money. But once you and I married, you changed. You started to use all of my money on yourself instead of your own hard-earned savings. And then you started to whine and moan about how you wanted to use my mom's money the exact same way. Seeing you complain not once but 3 times about the money my mom had used on you was enough for me.
You're joking, right? We only just got married, so there's no way. Don't start joking with me about how you no longer love me anymore. Just today you told me how pretty I looked in my dress, right?
Well, you're not pretty to me anymore. I already went through all the photos I took today at our wedding and deleted them.
What?
If I could, I'd forget about the memories I have of the wedding as well. I mean, I didn't really care for it to begin with, since we'd already been married at the courthouse and didn't need all of this. I'm just done now. I don't mind that you changed a bit after getting married, and your views on things like money changed a bit. But when you started to call my mom an old hag and a bitch, that was it! That was freaking it!
No, wait. Those were all things that just slipped out of my mouth was all. I didn't really mean to say any of those things to your mom then.
Too late for that excuse. I'm gonna give you that condo I just bought by the station so you can live there all on your own.
I don't want to. I may have a lot more money than most women my age, but my income is nowhere near as good as yours. You know more than I do that there's no way I can live there on my own. I'm going to have to pay at least $15,000 a month for the loan, right?
Then I'll go ahead and sell it.
No way, but you just bought a brand new condo, and I already went around and bragged to my family and friends and people at work about it.
We'll talk some more about the divorce tomorrow. Make sure to bring your best pen to sign all of the paperwork for this divorce with.
August, I'm so sorry for all of that. I will apologize to you so much more after today, so please help me. I want to get married to Fred again.
The divorce papers have already been handed in as far as I've been told.
I heard that the restaurant you went and brought us to was far more famous than I thought, and that the condo you were giving us is close to $1.2 million in value right now. I never thought that someone like you could have a place like that and take us to a restaurant as famous as the one you've chosen. I've learned how not to judge a book by its cover. I am so very sorry about the things I said.
Don't you worry about it. It's true that I am a stingy old bitch like you called me before. Some simple old hag that could never understand fine dining like you.
That's not true at all. I am so sorry about calling you that before. I want to be friends with you again and have you help me, please.
You're asking for the impossible, though. If you've learned that you misunderstood me a few times there, then please make sure not to make those mistakes again with your next mother-in-law. Now that's all I have to say.
Wait, please. If you're not going to help me, that's fine. But at the very least, could you give me that condo?
Excuse me?
As half of our shared properties. Even if it wasn't for very long, Fred and I were married. And that means we have to split our shared properties in the divorce, right? And I'm going to be getting that condo from him in the divorce.
Liz, are you really saying something like that to me right now?
I sure am. Is there a problem with what I've said?
Yes, sure, he should have to give you half of your guys' shared properties, but the condo is mine. It has nothing to do with the both of you, so you won't be getting it from me. So forget about it, please.
What did you say?
You really have no clue about things like marriage and divorce, do you? Rather, you don't know much about life. You only have rights to the things you owned, and that condo is not one of them. Sorry for somehow getting you all confused there.
No way. Then where the hell am I supposed to go and live from now on? I just left my job and everything too.
What? You went and quit that job you had worked so hard at and were making great money from?
I did it in secret. It's not like I ever liked working. I was only doing it because I wanted more money to splurge with. And after getting married to a director like Fred, I knew I never need to work again. So I went and quit my job not too long after we married.
But now you're a divorced woman, right?
And that's why I'm in a lot of trouble now. I can't even think about being unemployed and not having a place to live. I really love spending money, which means I don't have any savings at all right now.
Well, that sucks. You have a lot of problems on your plate, but I'm not going to help with them. So I wish the best for you, and goodbye.
What? That's all you have to say to me? You're not going to lend me some of your money or help me out in any other way, August?
Why would I ever help my son's ex-wife out? I'm sure life will be tough without a house or a job, but in order to never become a stingy old hag like me, make sure to spend all the money you can making your Instagram look good. We all kind of know what happened after, but Liz did try going to my son and lied to him about how she had savings, even though she loved to spend money so much. But in reality, she had nothing at all, and all the money she had earned from her job before quitting was long gone by that point. In a panic, after Fred no longer talked to her, she ran back to the company she had left asking for her job back, but they told her no and turned her away. She has returned back to her parents' home now and is looking for work there, but they live out in the countryside where there are not too many large companies, if any at all. But she couldn't handle not having any money and started working wherever she could, which only led her down even worse paths, as she'd get in trouble at one place, be fired, and moved on to the next.
Why are you not going to answer your phone when I call? You get to the house right now and make me some food. My stomach is completely empty right now, and it's making me hungry.
What?
I really want to have an omelet of some sort right now. And if it's not the kind with milk mixed in with the eggs to make them really airy and soft, I don't want them.
Sophia? You shouldn't be asking me that out of the blue right now. I'm in the middle of work at the moment.
And what are you saying that should mean to me? A pregnant woman like myself is asking to have an omelet to eat right now. So, as my sister-in-law, you should be coming back here to make that for me.
You can't be serious right now. How about you make an omelet yourself? And if that's too much work for you, order delivery?
Are you an idiot or something, Ellen? There's no way someone having to suffer through being pregnant right now should have to cook for herself. Just having to stand there in the kitchen makes me want to vomit.
Wait, are you really feeling that motion sick when you stand up?
And asking me to order delivery is even more crazy of you. I am about to have a kid really soon and have been working so hard to save up money for them. Asking me to pay for delivery now would be a waste of all that money. Is something like that really so hard for an infertile woman like you to understand?
Excuse me?
I don't care that you can't make a baby with your defective body. You're still a woman, right? Yet you still don't seem to get what I'm having to go through over here. I guess that means being infertile also affects the woman's head.
Hey, Sophia, me being infertile has nothing to do with what we were just talking about.
Anyways, just hurry up and make me something to eat, please. This baby inside my belly is saying that they want to eat right now.
If you want something to eat, then ask my little brother to make you something. I can't leave my job to go home and cook for someone else's wife right now. So if you're looking for someone to listen to and do as you've asked, go speak with your husband about this, please.
Well, my husband happens to be even more busy than you right now, and that's why I've had no other choice but to rely on you with this. Did I really have to bring something like that up with you just then for you to understand me?
Huh?
Right now, Dave is working his butt off in order to make sure my baby and I are able to stay happy. He told me that if we're going to be having a child, we need to have more money saved up. And in order to make more money, in order to do so, he's focusing only on his work so that he can be promoted soon. And that's why starting today, he's going to be traveling around the country on a business trip for the company.
I was wondering why it had been so hard for me to get in touch with him these past few days. It's all because he's working that hard at his job right now?
And because of that, he cannot be home to take care of me anymore. Which is why I'm asking you to come home now and do as I've said, please. It's your job as the older sister to support your younger brother, right?
If it's something that I can feasibly do, then I'll help support you guys. But I happen to have a job of my own right now, which means that during certain times of the day and week, I cannot come home to take care of you.
Huh? There's no way someone like you isn't listening to what a pregnant woman is asking from you. In a world where we need more people, having to be pregnant is seen as a very admirable thing. Which is the reason why you need to be nicer to those that are like me. If you're not even able to do that, does it mean there's something completely wrong with your head?
Excuse me?
Normally, if you were to get a message from me asking for help, you'd be right on it without hesitation. But seeing that you don't seem to care about me is screwed up. So this must mean that it's not just your body which is defective, but your head as well, right? And that's why you can't make any kids.
You go ahead and cut that attitude out right now. You are in no place to be saying those horrible things about me. It's not like I asked to be born with a body that wouldn't allow me to carry and give birth to any babies. So while you're sitting there with such a privilege, you cannot say things like that to me.
You're the one saying all the horrible things, though. Now just shut up already and come home to make me that omelet. An infertile bitch like you is only good for one thing, and that's listening to and doing what a pregnant woman like me asks.
I'm sorry, Ellen. I just heard the voicemail you'd left for me. It seems that Sophia was being really selfish around you again, asking for things like that.
In the end, I went ahead and asked for a local breakfast joint near the house to deliver her an omelet. And using the money, I made sure that it was paid for in advance so that she didn't have to give the driver anything.
Tell me how much all of that was later, and I'll pay you back for it. I promise that I'll even throw in an extra 25% for the trouble.
I'm going to make sure to get that money from you then. And 35% this time, Dave. Now get real with me here, Dave. Is there nothing you can do about that attitude of hers? This wasn't the first time she behaved so selfishly with me. Ever since she first announced that she was pregnant, her behavior has become worse and worse.
Is that right? I never even noticed that. I'm sorry.
That's not something you need to apologize for, though, Dave. I just want you to do something about her attitude.
I think it's happening because of her hormones all being out of whack due to the pregnancy, and the doctor did tell me that things like this would happen with her up to the point she has the baby. Also, I've become really busy with my job and all that recently. I don't have the time to care for her 24/7, and I think that's only making her more upset.
Now that you mention work, she went and quit her job because she became pregnant, right? She says that things like her motion sickness is very bad right now. I guess having to be locked up in the house all the time, not being able to get up and go anywhere, would make me upset as well.
And the house is pretty small, right? She's also been telling me about how the construction down the road has really been loud and bothering her.
I see. If that's what's been causing her to act out, then I have an idea. How about you and her come move out to my place for a while?
What? You want us moving into your house?
Actually, I was told by my boss that I'm going to have to change jobs here soon. And after having spoken with my husband about it, we decided we want to sell the house and move to a new location. He already spoke with his boss about it, and his boss said that he may start to work remotely from now on.
But isn't your guys' place a condo up in one of those high-rises near the bus station? You're gonna let us come and move into there?
It's bigger than your place, and has a lot more to look at out the windows, and is a great place for someone to spend the day there all by themselves. And since it's still our place, I'm sure we can make a deal to have you rent it from us for a cheaper price. Then you won't have to worry too much about your savings disappearing. I hear that you're trying your very best right now to have a ton of money saved up for the baby, right?
Are you sure you'd be fine with us having a dream like that come true?
I don't care to do this for someone I don't really know, but when it's my brother, I'd be more than happy to. But could you make sure not to tell Sophia about how this is our condo?
Wait, why would I do that? After all the things she's said to you, why wouldn't you tell her that the place is yours and that she should be thankful for it?
Well, right now she's still under a lot of stress from everything, right? I wouldn't want to ask for her to say thank you to me with all of that going on. I'm sure that something like that would only cause her to become more stressed and quite possibly burst. And if that happens, that can't be good for your guys' baby, right? So please, don't let her know anything about the house belonging to me, and that I'm lending it to you both.
I'm sorry, but that's such a stupid idea. If anything, she's just gonna become even more stressed anyway and continue to take it all out on you, Ellen.
But I can put up with all of that until she gives birth, and after that, she should begin to calm down, and then we can talk about how the place is mine. I think that's the best option we have right now with your wife, Dave.
All right then, if you say so, but I'm just saying I really don't like this idea. Someday, I'll make sure to make all of what you're doing for us up to you, by the way. Also, I'm gonna have a word with her about what she did this last time and make her apologize for it.
Sure, that would be nice. I'll get in touch with you again soon so we can talk in a bit more detail about my place. And as for Sophia, make sure to keep a closer eye on her as her husband, please. Hey, Sophia. What the heck is going on here? Why, when I came out to celebrate your new baby, did you not let me into the room?
Because I don't want a celebration coming from someone like you. It's not only been just a couple of weeks since giving birth, but my body is nowhere close to completely recovered yet. So I do not want some kind of disgusting and germ-covered woman like you coming into my house.
What? You just called me disgusting and covered in germs? Me?
Who else would I be talking about right now besides you? Go ahead and leave the present you bought for me at the door and I'll take it later. And later on I'll tell you what I think about it.
Why are you still treating me like that? I literally took the day off of work to come all the way out here to say hi to you and the baby.
I want to spoil the hell out of my baby, all right? And having to give birth to them was really tough for me. And so were the months of motion sickness before that. I had to go through all of that and ended up with this really cute baby that I'm going to spoil forever. I want to raise them to become an elite and would like them to be as healthy as they possibly can be. Which is exactly the reason why I can't have a germ-infested woman like you near them.
Huh?
All women should know this kind of happiness. Yet someone like you who can't have any babies will never know a thing about it. If I were to have to see a defective woman like you right now, I might become infertile just like you and never have a chance of making a baby again. I would really like to have another 1 or 2 babies, all right?
Are you trying to say that you'd catch my infertility or something?
Not only me, but my cute little baby boy as well. If that were to happen to him, then I don't think I'd ever be able to forgive you.
I was born with the inability to carry a baby though, which means it can't be transmitted to another person like a virus.
Just shut up. Just shut up and leave my front door right now. I'm not going to let you hold my baby and not even let you close to them.
How can you be so rude to someone who brought you a gift to celebrate having your first baby? Considering that I can't have a baby myself, I was so happy to hear that I'd have my first nephew. And that's why I went out and bought them a bunch of really cute clothing. I was thinking about you as well, Sophia, and that's why I bought over a ton of really good foods for you and my little brother to have for dinner.
Huh? You're joking, right? You didn't just bring me some money as a present for having my son. I don't need baby clothes and food from you. You take all those things with you now and go away.
What?
I'm pretty sure that an infertile woman's choice in clothing isn't even good anyway. And I hate food that has to come from a sick woman's hands. Who knows what kind of germs could be on all that food right now?
What the hell are you talking about? You think I'd ever come over to your house all sick?
Sure. I'm sure there's a good reason for you to come over here trying to infect a woman and her baby with something when you're all upset that you couldn't have your own baby.
Would you stop screwing around already? I would never do something so petty and cruel.
Then could you please hurry it up and get away from my place? I do not need any of those crappy presents you bought for me today. And I will not let an infertile woman like you around my newborn son. You are so indecent that I don't ever want you coming near us like that again.
Then I want all of that filth out of my condo right now.
What?
If you're going to say all of that about me, then you get the hell out of my condo right now. If you really find me that germ-ridden and everything, then you shouldn't want to be staying in the den of such a monster. My house is a lot more dirty and disgusting than I am, right? So take your newborn and get lost right now.
Wait a second, Ellen. What are you even going on about right now? This place is Dave's and my condo. I had this baby and we made sure to move everything we owned into this nice condo.
Well, that condo you and him moved all your things into happens to be my condo. And the only reason you're living there right now is because I let my little brother rent the place from me. So, as the owner of that place, you get the hell out.
What did you say?
I wanted you guys to have a cheap place to live in and rent from me while you could distress. But you don't seem to be relaxing any, and are still calling me the same old insults. I don't want to be kind to you anymore either now, so this is the perfect thing for both of us. You don't want to live in the condo that I own, right?
What is this? What the hell happened here? I have no idea what you all were just talking about there.
It's not crazy that you're having trouble understanding all of this. After all, I told my brother not to tell you anything about how that condo is mine. Stupid of me to do now that I think about it, I know.
Huh?
But back when you were still pregnant, you were a total bitch to me, right? I assumed that was all due to your hormones being imbalanced, and wasn't the real you saying those things to me. So I had an idea for how to help relieve some of the stress you were having. I would allow you both to rent the condo from me in order for you to have a more open and comfortable place to live.
And that place is this condo?
It's all open with tons of natural light, right? I thought that being home all by yourself all the time would be a lot more fun at that condo than your old place. And for various reasons, it all worked out for my husband and I as well. And really, I just wanted to be kind to my brother and you. That was all, really.
No way. I thought this place came from Dave getting a promotion and a raise or something recently. He told me before that he'd become all busy with work in order to do that, and in order to make more money which we could save for our baby.
I hate to say this about Dave, but even with the money he's making right now, it's not enough to afford a place like that. Even renting it, you should be paying close to $7,000 a month.
That expensive?
But me being so kind and loving towards my brother, I wanted to give you guys a really nice place for almost 3/4 that price. A place where someone like Dave could afford to rent and enjoy life without being in debt. And that would allow him to save a whole lot more for your guys' baby, right? Well, too bad, because starting today, I'm no longer going to be kind anymore.
What?
Making fun of my infertility and then calling me a germ-covered woman? You wouldn't even let me celebrate your newborn baby because of those reasons. I'm done being a nice sister-in-law to someone who is going to continue treating me like that. I thought it was a good idea letting you guys rent that place from me, but now I'm going to be taking it back by force.
Taking it back? No way, I'm not going to leave such a fancy and expensive condo as this. It's not only really open and modern, but it's also got a lot of really nice furniture and is located right downtown near the hospital. And all of the schools around here have really good ratings. Being able to raise my baby in a place like this is the best thing for them. Making me leave this place right here and now is mean.
You're the total bitch here, though. After all those horrible things you said about me, which I can't even control because I was born with them, and then calling me filthy and disgusting and something you want to avoid forever, what the hell makes you think I want to let you stay in my condo anymore? Huh? I'm not playing around anymore. I know more about that condo than anyone else. Back when my husband and I still weren't aware that I was infertile, we went and bought the place. We put a lot of thought into where we wanted to raise our future kids, and that was the location we chose. That's why I thought for both of your sakes, I'd let you guys live there and raise your baby. But I'm sorry, Sophia. No matter how beautiful the home is and how wonderful all the amenities and schooling in the area is, you wouldn't want to live in the home of some infertile and germ-ridden monster, right? And just like you were wanting, you and I will never have to see one another again now. So please, get the hell out of my condo so that we can make sure that never happens. It's my condo after all, so get out. Now get to it and clean up all your junk before I come back.
I am so sorry. I heard everything from Sophia. She told me about how she wouldn't let you inside when you came to celebrate, and she even started to talk crap about the things you bought for her. I'm so terribly sorry, Ellen.
You weren't lying when you called me stupid a while back, were you?
Hey, I didn't mean it in a mean sense, but I told you that hiding the fact that the place is yours from her was a bad idea. But even knowing that, I'm still sorry for how she treated you. Seems this time she really didn't hold back with all the horrible insults either. As her husband, no, wait, as a human being, I can't believe what she said to you. She has no right saying those things about you. I'm in disbelief now, so much so that I don't know what to do about her.
I'm sorry that me being infertile led to your wife becoming such a bitch.
Stop that! You can't blame yourself for something like that. You came all the way over here to give us gifts because of how happy you were for our newborn baby, and yet... And even before that, you still went and lent us your place for a very cheap rent. All of that, and yet she still acted out. She didn't know about the condo being yours, but still.
Thank you for at least realizing that what she's done is unthinkable. I feel really bad for what I'm going to do, but I have to make sure that she pays for what she said to me. Do you mind if husband and I cut ties to her?
Go right ahead, and I promise to make sure she never comes around you guys ever again.
Thank you, Dave. I'll make sure to go talk with Mom and Dad about how this is going to happen as well, so that they're not surprised by anything. Can't leave them thinking your wife is any good to my husband and I.
Good point. Then I'll go and make sure her parents are aware of what happened as well between you both. I want them to know that it's because of what their daughter said that things had to end up this way for us.
Thank you. I'm sure that at some point Mom and Dad and her parents will all want to meet and talk about this. And in order to clear everything up on both ends, let's make sure to explain the situation in the same way.
I'll make sure to send you a text of everything I plan to bring up to them, and you let me know if there's anything you want to add. And then I'll go talk with them right away. Anywho, I'm really sorry about this.
And I'm sorry I didn't listen to what you said about telling Sophia that it is my condo. Now I'm going to talk with Mom and Dad soon as well, so make sure to get that text to me soon.
Please help me, Ellen. I can't handle taking care of this baby anymore.
Huh? Why the hell are you contacting me about anything at all right now? And as for that being too much for you, then ask your husband to take care of the baby.
I already asked him a bunch of times, but he's even more busy now with work than he was before, and is no longer able to come home some nights to be around us. And by the way, before I say anything else about that, him and I barely talk anymore.
Then go ask your parents or something for help.
I've been trying to, but nobody wants to help me anymore. Ever since they learned about what I'd done and said to you, all of them want to stay away from me.
Really?
When they learned that you no longer wanted to be near me anymore, and that both your husband and you cut ties to me, my mom and dad got really upset with me, and they both told me that they wouldn't be helping me any with my son.
Well. They must be done with you if they're not even going to want to care about their grandbaby.
And also, it turns out that my mom was also infertile for a long time, and both her and my dad had to try really hard before they could finally have me. They both told me they no longer consider me their daughter, and that they want me to try being a parent on my own now if I feel like I'm good enough to make fun of others who are infertile. Ever since that last message, they haven't been responding to my calls or text anymore.
Well, I understand them being angry about that. Having to deal with infertility themselves for a long time, they can understand more than most how others must have felt. And when it came to them having worked so hard to make you, that kind of treatment takes a lot of money.
They went and took all the money the family gave to me as a gift for having a baby and sent it back. And now they're not even reading any of the text I send them.
Well, that sucks, doesn't it?
So at the very least, I'd like to have a friend that could help me, because I don't have anyone else to talk with about having a newborn baby and about how hard it is to raise them. I had friends, but then I did something wrong there too.
Like what?
Well, originally, I made a friend or two at the hospital with women who also had babies, and I was able to talk with them for a bit about my baby and the difficulties I'd been having. And I started to tell them about everything, and I mean everything when it comes to what happened. It turns out that both of those women also had to get treatments for their infertility in order to get pregnant.
Nice going, dumbass. So now you've really done it to yourself.
They both stopped talking to me and started to talk with everyone they knew about the kind of monster I am. And now nobody is willing to talk with me anymore. It's at the point now where I can't even live around here anymore. So please, Ellen, can you let us rent that room from you again? I want to fix everything I've messed up from the safety and comfort of that condo you lended us before. I will apologize to you for everything I said before and become close to you again. So please.
Nope.
What?
Not happening.
But
if it's so hard for you to understand how others feel and think, perhaps there is something seriously wrong with you. An illness, perhaps? I don't want to catch whatever it is you have right now, so stay away from me.
That's so mean. Are you trying to treat me as though I'm sick?
Yeah. You did the same thing to me before, so what's wrong with me doing it to you now? If you start to complain about what I'm doing now, that just makes you a hypocrite, and I really hate those kinds of people.
But I was.
Also, if I remember correctly, I cut ties to you. So you apologizing to me won't fix anything because I don't see you as a part of my life. There you go. Goodbye forever. Have fun raising that baby all by yourself now, and I hope you and my brother don't have a divorce soon. After that, Sophia went to both of her parents one last time and begged for them to please help her take care of her baby, and that she would pay for them to babysit, which somehow worked. But they asked that she give her every penny that she had in order for them to do such a thing. Not being able to make any friends, and losing all of her savings to both of her parents, Sophia went ahead and stopped being a housewife and went out to find some work again. Now, when it comes to my little brother Dave, he decided that he'd stop focusing on moving his way up in the company and instead choosing a position that would allow him to be around his baby more. Him and Sophia never really talk to one another anymore, but he's still making sure that he becomes a good father for his son and that he doesn't have to grow up with just Sophia and her parents alone.
Thank you for watching till the end. If you felt good about this video, like the video. If you didn't like it, let me know why in the comments. Subscribe too. Your likes and subs lead to our motivation. We have so many videos on our channel as well, so go ahead and take a look. See you in the next video.